Ready? What's up, Kansas City? All you YouTubers out there. I'm making this video because, as a matter of fact, today is January the 16th, 2018. It is 5 degrees in Kansas City. I'm getting fishing fever. I'm making this video mainly because of reels. I got some opinions and some things I want to talk about because over the past month or so, it's been too cold for work or anything around here in the Midwest. So as my fishing fever sets in, I've been on YouTube, Google, and different things because I'm getting fishing fever. As I'm doing so, I notice guys talking about rods and reels. Today, basically, why I really want to say something is because of this reel right here, Zebco 33. I heard a guy say that he doesn't basically care for spin cast reels. These here are spinning reels. So we have very types of different reels. And the reason I was doing this is because, as you see in my arsenal, I have everything here but bait casting reels. At one point in time, I did have an Abba Garcia bait casting reel many years ago. It was stolen from me. From that point, I basically started using more spin cast reels than anything else. Now, with all that being said, the reason, again, I'm getting fishing fever, so I want to beef up my fishing arsenal. So my personal best catfish is a 52-pound blue catfish out of the Kansas River. We call it the Kaw River or the Kansas River. Also here in Kansas City, I'm in Kansas City, which borderlines the state line of the state of Missouri and the state of Kansas. Also, people say we don't have a lot of fishing in the state of Kansas or a lot of waterways, which may be true, but for me, the fishing is still very, very good depending on where you go, what fish you particularly want to target. Me, myself, I am a multi-species type of fisherman. Put a night crawler on there, whatever bites, bites, catch a fish. Now, from time to time, I have a friend of mine that mainly likes to target panfish, especially crappie. I'm a catfishing type person. I love to fish for catfish, no matter what the species, channel cat, bullhead, flatheads, or blues. Again, I'm going to bring this reel up one more time. Crappie fishing with this Zebco 33. My personal best flathead was caught with this reel, 10-pound test line. Crappie fishing with a minnow in the spillway of a lake here in Kansas called Perry Reservoir. Crappie fishing, flathead, took my minnow, I landed him, Zebco 33. It took a minute, but to say that this type of reel is no good, it's a very good reel, very durable, will last your lifetime. Now, as you can see, maybe that some of these reels here, especially this one, I don't care for this Cabela King Cat that much. It's fairly bulky. I generally try to take care of my equipment, and I like to match them up the best I can, which you can match the reels up with the rod for targeting special kinds or special species of fish. Crappie, bluegill, catfish, bass, carp, whatever it is. So the reels now, for as, let's go here to this big reel. These two, I have two of these. These are really saltwater reels that I picked up a few years back, and they are mainly a saltwater reel for surf rods. I picked them up real cheap at a thrift store. I was like, wow. And right now, that I looked them up on eBay a few days ago, because I never thought about it, but I looked them up on eBay. That's how I know what they are. They're Hurricane 80s for saltwater fishing with surf rods. Work very well in the river. This one here, I have 65-pound braided line. This one here, I have a 20-pound Cajun red monofilament. Works very well for the river and the type of fishing that I do, which is basically multiple species of fish. Now, of course, with the braided line here, I generally use this one for targeting big blues. Again, let's talk about this spinning rod, or this spinning reel. This one here, which we'll get into the reels later, is a Shakespeare, and everybody that knows anything about fishing, Shakespeare is a very well known company. Picked it up in Walmart a few years ago. I mainly use this one for targeting channel cat. Now, I have landed big carp out of the Kaw River in the teens and 20-pound range. Put up a good fight. I love the fight. I heard a guy on YouTube, as a matter of fact, a lot of fishing. Don't remember the guy's name, but a lot of fishing. I love his show. If you guys get a chance, you could go to YouTube. A lot of fishing, and I don't remember the guy's name, but I like his show. Steve Douglas, Chat, the catfish guy, Luke from Catfish and Corp. I listen and I pay attention to what those guys using and what they do to catch fish. That's why, again, I say you see every reel here except for bait casting reel. So I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video, but when I do post another one, I will have me a bait casting reel here. So as I do more research on the bait casting reel that I really want to have to get the bang for my buck, I will have a bait casting reel here, and I will give you a review on the bait casting reel that I do choose. Now, again, these reels here have served me very well for what I have done and the type of fishing that I do. So we're going to talk again about get the best for your money at different places. So again here, this Zebco 33, which I like to use, or people that always want me to take them fishing, they never fished before, or younger kids. I love to set them up with the Zebco 33 because the impoundments and places that I would take them do have very large fish in them. And if they would happen to hook into a very large fish, the Zebco 33 will handle its own with the best of anything. As you can see, I have multiple size Zebco 33s with bearings, the authentic, the hog. I don't particularly like the hog Zebco 33 because this is the old one. Doesn't have a drag on it, so I don't particularly, I just happen to have it and I really don't use it a lot. Here again is one that I happen to find at my local bait shop, is this Zebco 33 spin cast. My plan with this is to, this year, I'm going to, of course, I have it spooled with 10-pound Cajun red. But my plan for this year, I think I'm going to, when I take this off, clean her up, maintenance it, I'm going to put me some braided line on this because I have it paired with Shakespeare Ugly Stick 7-foot medium action. With the one ball bearing, this setup, I could do multiple species fishing with this rod and reel setup. I love this. Now for me, my go-to rod and reel, besides the Ugly Stick, would be the Shakespeare Tiger. Now, let's go back again and talk about the Zebco 33. I cannot get away from this reel because this is my reel. I love this reel. I have a buddy of mine that we go fishing quite often together, and he loves spinning reels. I take my Zebco 33 with Shakespeare 6-foot, or I take my Shakespeare Tiger rod, and I can catch crappie, bluegill, channel cats. I've caught big carp on this Zebco 33 10-pound test line. Drag set right, which we'll talk about at another time about setting the proper mating or marrying the proper reel with the proper pole, or mating the reel with the proper pole to get the drag tension and to get the bang for your buck depending on the species of fish that you are targeting. I can't get away from this. But knowing that when you have 50 and 60 pound blue cats, 40, 50, 60, 80 pound flatheads out there, this 33 is not going to do the job. The Tiger will not do the job. That's why I have and I use the Hurricane 80s spinning reel. Little too bulky for me, but in the Kaw River, where we're located here in Kansas City, they do a fabulous job. But I need something with a little more beefiness to it, is why one reason I'm going to go and find me a bait cast reel. Now, the smaller reel on the end is a Quantum, just right for pan fishing. Again, crappie, bluegill, your smaller species of fish. This is a Quantum. I have it paired with a Shakespeare 5-foot light action. Just perfect. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, I can, and I have landed 5 and 6, 7-pound channels because of the drag, excellent drag on this reel. Tire the fish out, landing, netting, no problem. Here, which I would never buy, and I agree with some people that you do not have to spend a lot of money for a rod or a reel in order to get the job done. This is a Quantum CRX married with a St. Croix medium action flipping stick. A little bit too much action for me, for the type of fishing I do. I've used it. I've caught fish on it, but it's not my favorite. So if someone gave me this St. Croix, I would never spend $130, $150 for a pole. I would never spend $100, $150 for a reel when I can go. My thoughts right now is that for $69 for Bass Pro Shop, Cat Max Baitcaster, Okuma Baitcaster. They even have the now at the Abu Garcia Catfish Baitcaster right at $100. Probably would be my limit for a reel when I compare it up with Okuma Battle Cat. Little expensive, more expensive end for a rod, but for something that's going to last me as long as my Ugly Stick has lasted. I've had this Ugly Stick for quite some time. I had another Ugly Stick up here I thought that I paired that I used to have this 33 on. Fabulous setup. Love it to death. Caught multiple species. Again, Zebco 33. Nice drag. It doesn't have the IPT that maybe the spinning reels have or a baitcaster have, but with the drag set right, with the proper pole, and being patient, you can land a lot of fish. So, with that being said, again, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I wanted to get it out the way because it was bugging me for the last couple, 2-3 days when they talked about basically spin cast versus spinning reel versus bait cast. I've done a lot of damage fishing with my Zebco 33s. And the reason I keep going back to them, and this one is brand new, and I say it's brand new, actually it's about 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old, but I never used it, is because I buy them. You go to Walmart, or you can get them, or I go to Walmart, Shakespeare Durango. They sell them 5 feet, 5'6", up to 6'6", in length for around $7 or $8. Real brand new, already pre-spooled with Zebco 10-pound Cajun red line, and I just have it for extra rod and reel just in case I need it or anything like that. So I haven't actually ever used this one, but I do have other Shakespeare poles married with the Zebco 33 that works just great for channel cat fishing. Now, I know channel cats do get up into the 20 plus pounds, and on the average, my personal best channel cat is 17 pounds, which I nailed with this Shakespeare combo. At the time when I bought this several years ago, I want to say $15, $17. I think they're now $19 or $24 combos at Walmart. 17-pound best, my personal best, 17-pound channel catfish I caught on this particular setup the way you see it right now. I mean, that's just it. If you don't have a lot of money, you're thinking about getting into fishing, you're thinking about taking the kids out to fish, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I've heard Luke from Catfishing Corp on one of his YouTube shows. He mentioned how he goes to Walmart and buy combos like this for certain type of fishing. Go to your local bait shop, go to Walmart, Bass Pro, Cabela's. You can buy combos, spin cast like this that's going to get the job done for the type of fishing that you want to do. And be careful of what type of fishing you want to do. This pole and combo will not work in the Mississippi River. It will not work. It will work, but you have to be careful because there's big fish that'll pull this pole right in the water, break your line. It will work in even here in the Kaw River and big reservoirs. But for your local ponds and impoundments that have decent size fish, this is going to be great. $20. Here you go, $20, you're fishing. No problem, great reel, great pole, you're fishing. Now later, when I do post another video, I will talk about the action and the size and the length of different poles. Again, spin cast reels are very good for, depending on the size. You have different sizes from small to medium, like the Quantum there, to large, like the Hurricane 80s. Depending on what type of fish you want to target, like panfish, bluegill, channel catfish, bullhead catfish, don't overdo your reel or your rod. For it's overkill to take this rod and reel to go fish for bluegills or crappie. It works fine for channel cat, but it's just a little bit overkill. even knowing that channel cats do get pretty big, up into the 20 plus pounds in channel cats. Like I said, my personal best channel cat has happened to be a 17 pounder. My personal best blue cat, 52 pounds. My personal best, them good hands. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Them good hands. You have to be like that even when you're fishing, because when he goes to hit that pole, you have to be on it. We'll talk about that too, about hook setting on a later day. But some things can just be overkill while fishing. You can land some bigger fish. Like I said, the flathead, my personal best flathead, I believe I said it was like 32, 34 pounds, something like that. Caught him, Zebco 33, on a fiberglass pole, a 5-foot fiberglass pole with a Zebco 33 on it. Fishing in a reservoir. Crappie fishing, the flathead took it. So, I mean, do some research, find out for yourself and what's going to be good for you. February the 16th, 2018, right here in Kansas City. And I'm out to prove to people this year that in the state of Kansas, around the Kansas City area, we do have big blues. We do have good catfishing. And for myself, I'm going after my personal best in every species. I do have some still pictures on my phone, but as technology changed, phones have changed and different things have changed. So I'm going to try to download some pictures of my grandkids and my son. We have a little couple honey holes we go to, and this is what we use to catch on a regular basis: 3 to 15 to 17 pound channel cats on a regular basis with the Zebco 33 with 10-pound test line. It would be better, and it's easier too for a kid to match the pole up for the height and the size of the child or the person that's using the pole. You don't want to give an 8 or 10-year-old, this is an 8-foot rod and a big surf reel, and then this rod here is 12-foot surf rod, 65-pound test. That's kind of an overkill for a bluegill, a fish that's only big as your hand. So again, I don't know when we're going to post this video, but when I do post it and come back, I will have a baitcaster reel. I'm going to do more research to have a baitcaster reel and possibly marry it up with a pole for me to target big blues, because 2018 I'm going after my personal best, which is a 52-pound blue, and I'm going after him this year. So with that, YouTubers, thank you. You have any questions, or if you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the spring. Thank you.